Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones. Okay, we're in a very, this kind of situation. That's all I could come up with. Those are the noises that I could make to come up with how to describe the situation. Anyway, we have Xander. She has finally been able to become a party member for us, and she's basically just running around randomly right now. We're just going to give her preventive medicine, because obviously that's fantastic. We love that. And otherwise, I was actually attempting to take Valasar. Now, I do have 4 trebuchets already created, but I was actually wanting to create some siege towers and a battering ram first. These fellows came up. I thought I might try it out, because I took a look at their composition, and I thought, hey, maybe we can actually defeat them. You can see at their composition here, you can see what they have. They've got a couple of knights, you know, they've got 30 Thunder Knights, and a bunch of other knights, you know, all over the place. They have 56 Dornish Vipers, which is the biggest thing here. Now, first of all, I'm going to go into a duel with this guy. I don't have a bow or anything like that, so obviously he's probably going to be able to murder us pretty easily right here. But here's the thing. I have an amazingly long weapon, and it's going to be very, very... well, as you can tell, very simple for me to maybe slash at him from here. There you go. Not too bad at all. We were able to beat him relatively easily. Now, the problem comes when we actually have to go into the battle here, if we want to, because that's the thing. I decided that I'd go in for the duel just to see whether I could maybe get a, shall we say, positive outcome. But obviously that was not the case. So it's either that we can leave, and I can literally just leave this siege. What's really funny about this, by the way, is that this is actually a Volantis fief, but the army that's attacking me is actually from Dorne. So you know what I'm going to do? We're going to go into the battle. You can see here, this is exactly what we're facing. We're facing 627 versus 257, and I'm not very positive about this at all. I think we're probably going to have huge issues. I think this is probably going to be a defeat. But on the off chance that maybe it isn't, this could be one of the greatest victories that we have ever seen. Well, okay, fine, never mind. It's going to be maybe one of the greatest, but not the greatest. And I don't know, maybe it will be top 15 or something like that. I don't know, because there have been so many really, really close encounters over the years. And let's face it, I mean, that's the funny thing. I'm not entirely sure about you, but for me personally, I prefer to be a part of something that is intense and kind of on the edge of your seat, kind of not knowing what is going to happen one way or another. Because I know a lot of people in the Mount and Blade community, they seem to be very much focused on being the best at this thing or being the best at that thing. And I'm not talking about content creators, I'm not talking about, you know, people in the community as in, you know, public figures or whatever. I'm talking about just regular people that, you know, come into my comment section and they say stuff like, you know, why are you so bad? And stuff like that. And I just kind of think to myself, oh, well, that's kind of the point. I'm not actually trying to be the best player in the world here. What I'm trying to do is actually provide an extremely fun experience, and that's it. That's literally it. That's what I'm trying to do here, and and if that means that I get defeated every now and again, then that's just how it's going to have to be. I'm not trying to go for a zero defeats. I've done that. You know, I've done that in Pendor, for example, where we basically had, well, very little to worry about because we were doing the Iron Man challenge, of course, and that means, you know what that means? I cannot die once. I'm not allowed to die once because that's the rule of the challenge. You're not allowed to die at all in that challenge, and that's all it comes down to. And when it comes to Bannerlord, well, obviously, yeah, you know, I prefer to live as much as I possibly can, but we are indeed making things much, much more hard for ourselves because we are actually using Dothraki armor. And the Dothraki armor, as you can clearly tell, is really kind of awful, actually. It's really, really difficult to use. And that's my own troop. Yep, that's wonderful, isn't it? But yeah, that's the whole point, you know? That is indeed the whole point, because it's thematic. And if I get killed because I'm using, you know, lower tier armor or armor that isn't so good... By the way, someone actually did mention that there are some pieces of Dothraki armor that might actually be better for me. So I appreciate you letting me know. Thank you very much. But all I'm saying is, you know, that's what I find very funny. I find that very amusing because, let's face it, if you've been on my channel a while, you know what I'm all about. I'm not about min-maxing unless that's what the series is about. If the series is about min-maxing, then obviously that's what I'm going to do. But most of the time, it is to have a fun time. It's to have a fun experience and to go on a journey. And a lot of these people that are taking themselves way too seriously, they are thinking that. They are thinking that it needs to be as serious as possible, 100% of the time. And, well, that's just not me. I'm sorry. That's just not me. I like to have a good time. And... well, if they have a good time being serious about their game, then that is absolutely fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. They can do that. But, you know, that just means that if I do get defeated, that's just how it is, you know? I'm just going to shrug it off, and I'm going to move on, and I'm going to, you know, get my troops back on their feet. Hopefully I'm not going to die here, by the way, by rushing into their enemy archers. It's going to be a bit touch and go here, to be honest. I've got to be a bit careful doing that. I'm actually kind of surprised we're doing so well. I am very surprised we're doing so well so far, because I actually thought that I'd be eliminated almost instantaneously right here. But no, we actually seem to be doing remarkably well. Oh yeah, the Vipers are going to be causing us a great headache. This is going to be bad. Oh yeah, the archers are also going to be harsh. Oh no, okay, yeah, I don't even know what to do right now. I'm wondering whether I should retreat and come back in, because preventive medicine might proc. I don't know whether it will activate for me, because if it does, that would be insane. That would be really, really useful for me, but I don't think it will actually at this point. We're just gonna have to charge through all these guys. Get them all. Okay, there we go. Yes, my ebony. I was gonna call it the eternal goat, but no, it is actually the ebony unicorn. It is going to do massive charge damage, which is exactly what we want. I cannot believe that we actually went into this fight. To be honest, usually this is something that I would not do. Which is actually another reason why I wanted to mention that whole deal with the whole min-maxing, you know, hardcore versus. You know, semi-hardcore versus, you know, casual gameplay sort of thing. Because, in general, this is not really a situation you would want to put yourself in if you are wanting to be as efficient as possible. You know, generally you would probably have your own faction almost, or well, you'd have your own faction already, because you probably become, I don't know, probably become a vassal, probably grind it out on some minor factions and so on and so forth, just to get some really, really quick renown and everything. And yeah, sure, go for it if you want to, but for me, I actually relish this kind of challenge, because, I mean, that's the thing. Sure, you know, I'm okay when it comes to a medium, moderately sized challenge, because let's face it, I feel like that's quite fun if it is doable. I'm not talking about an absolutely insane challenge like, I don't know, I don't know, only using looters in battles for the entire time that you're playing the game. For me, that is just way too masochistic, way too time-consuming. And I'm sure some people have done it. I'm absolutely sure some people have completed the game by using only looters, the lowest tier of bandit. I'm sure someone's done it. I'm sure they have. And if they have, then congratulations to them. If they find that enjoyable, then, well, that's that is their own business. It's not for me, that's for sure. That's not something that I'm interested in. I am interested in challenge runs, don't get me wrong, but these ones that are just way out there are kind of crazy to me. I don't actually understand why anyone would find enjoyment in that, but I get it, you know. If people do, then they do, you know. It's not for me to it's not for me to question, really, but you know, I always like to pose the rhetorical question, more like, you know, because it's kind of like, well, that's crazy. I don't know who would like that, but there must be someone, right? There must be someone. Anyway, there you go. That is actually a victory for us. I'm actually super surprised about this. No idea how we were even able to do this, but I guess it is literally just because we had this wonderful situation where the enemy just decided to charge their cavalry directly into our lines on the left flank. And we were able to just take advantage of that because the enemies were then separated. And that's another thing that they tend to do quite often. They tend to literally just...
I give up.
Well, go away from each other, and that basically makes it possible for us to have these situations where we basically have no issues whatsoever in dividing and conquering. That's the number one, you know, that's literally one of the greatest tactical strategies that you can have. Basically just making sure that your opponent is unable to, you know, come together in a cohesive formation. It's actually crazy. Anyway, I don't really want to capture these. No, you know what? No. I don't really want to capture these. I'm sorry. I don't really want to take those. Just gonna have to move on. Even though I know that I can have a lot more troops in my prisoner's hold, I'm not gonna do that. I'm literally just gonna let the people go as well. I'm not gonna let them go as in, you know, not executing them, because I am gonna execute them. Thank you very much. But yeah. Basically, I wanted to just let the prisoners go. Oh, we got wear the saddle. Look at this. Charge damage has increased now. Oh, hello. That means that everything is going to become insanely damaging with our eternal goat. I can't believe it. Anyway, we'll go for mounted damage with her. I suppose she is using mounted damage. She has 5 points in focus points right now. 4 points, actually, in engineering, not in... 4... What did I say? 5 points in focus points? Really? No, come on, that's not what we wanted to say. 4 points in engineering at the moment. Kind of want her to get a little bit more than that. Feels to me like she's not actually getting that much benefit from the focus points for some reason. I don't know why that's happening, but yeah. Anyway, let's just level up all of these fellows as well. And yeah, we're just basically trying to repopulate the significant amounts of Dothraki units that we are losing. And I have been attempting to do some pretty good work here in regards to felling a lot of the, you know, a lot of the vassals in and around the area. And we're going to just execute these guys. They don't like us as it is, so there is no real reason for me not to. And, oh yeah, by the way... Oh yeah, now I've actually thought of something very, very cool, by the way. This is a strategy that I think would be amazing to do just for... I don't know whether it's good for theming, because obviously the Dothraki did actually ally themselves with Daenerys for, you know, a certain situation or two. But here's the thing. I'm thinking that we might actually attack Daenerys. What do you think? Shall we attack Daenerys? Because here's the only reason why I'm saying this right now. If we attack her, it is going to provide us with the ability to possibly loot a dragon. And I know that someone actually did mention in the previous episode that I have a dragon in my inventory. I did actually mention this in a previous episode, so maybe you missed that one. But yes, I do have a dragon here, but unfortunately, as you can see, I have locked it as well, just because it's kind of an interesting item. But this is not something that I can actually equip, as you can see. It is literally just counted as an item with an item weight of 1. So, yeah, there's that. It's just a bug or something like that, just some random leftover piece of loot. And yeah, it doesn't actually do anything. And as you can see in the mounting screen as well, I don't actually have anything here either. So yeah, I do thank you for pointing it out, just in case I had missed it. But someone pointed it out a lot earlier in the series, and I took a look at it then because I was really astonished, actually, that there was something like that. And it turns out, yeah, lo and behold, there isn't really anything to do with it, unfortunately. Anyway, yeah, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to do a little bit of something here. I should probably enact some of these policies, but I actually don't think that any of these are actually going to be helping me anymore. Maybe? Maybe we should go for this. I think law speakers would probably be a good idea, because I do have high charm skill, don't I? I have, yeah, 195. I don't know whether that's high. Does that count as high in regards to the naming of the perk? I don't know whether it does. But, yeah, have I executed everyone? Yes, I have. Okay, so that's good. And we have 285 spaces. Did we get to clan tier 5? Yes! Look at that! We got to clan tier 5 in that particular battle. What an amazing way to commemorate getting clan tier 5. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love that. And that just adds to the additional experience. The additional experience of being able to go through a playthrough like this. You know what I mean? It's literally one of those things where it's like you're enriching the journey by doing so. And just because that's again the reason why I don't really like to do things in a super sort of mechanical, logical fashion, because if I do that, it's going to end up with us literally entering the late game in episode 2 or episode 3 or whatever, and then it's literally just siege, 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 field battle, and so on and so forth. And you don't have these kinds of really, really cool situations that we've had right here, where we have this amazing battle, which we could have easily lost, by the way. I would say that generally the only thing they needed to do was allow us to attack first. If we had attacked first... Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to have to go in here straight away. I did not want to do this, actually. Do you think I can actually even win? Oh, now, see, now that's the issue. Oh, I don't know whether I can actually win this. I can't beat this guy on the... Wait a minute, can I beat this guy? Oh, I might be able to beat this guy on the field. I'm actually not entirely sure if I can beat this guy on the field. If I can beat him in a field battle... That's gonna be... That's very... that's unlikely, I feel. I think that's unlikely. What do you think? He's got 67 Sidewinders. He doesn't have any Thunder Knights this time. It might be doable. It might be doable. Okay, should I just let him or should I go in? Because I wanted to starve out the garrison here. Because the garrison is going to have some pretty good archers and I don't really want to deal with them. So we're just going to let these guys do this and... Oh, wow. Okay, he doesn't want to allow me to duel him this time. The other fellow was a little bit more honorable by the looks of things. So we're going to do it. Let's just take a quick look individually and see what they all have. Because obviously with the normal way that you can look at tooltips before an army attacks you, because of the significant amount of troops in an army, you usually cannot see what kinds of troops they have. Or at least the full list. No, it seems like they only have Sidewinders. And I say only, but they're actually quite strong. So... let's see what we can do here. This is going to be maybe not even doable. It very much depends. It might not even be doable. We are on the same battlefield, basically, except we are on the other side. So let's see what we can do here. Maybe we can actually do something. Okay, wait a minute. Eve will probably go here, even though she's mounted. Is Jorel mounted? No, she should go here then, I guess. I don't really like to keep people that are mounted... you know, not the captains of the formation, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like the people that are mounted to be with unmounted formations. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, Eve will just join us generally anyway, so that's fine, but... oh well, never mind. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So, obviously, if they do the same thing that they're... Are they going to do the same thing? Are they really going to do the same thing again? If they do the same thing again, this is going to be quite funny. But let's try not to get killed, shall we? This is a... yeah, no. I don't really want to get singled out. If I get singled out really, really easily and then die, I think that's probably going to be a victory for the opponent. I know. I don't make that much of a difference, but I think the morale actually makes a big difference. I think that's the main purpose here. Because if I can get some kills here and there... I think it's probably going to make a big difference overall to the enemy's morale, to my own forces' morale and everything, and hopefully, because they've literally just decided to charge in straight away again, it may very well be that we're going to have an overwhelming advantage just from that action. So I can only hope, right? I can only hope. And let's actually try and do some damage to their archers as well, because even though the archers are going to be pretty dangerous. Don't get me wrong, they are going to be pretty dangerous. I do have my Eternal Goat with Way of the Saddle now active. And Way of the Saddle, as we know, is going to do so much damage. Or at least it should. Okay, let's do some damage going through them. Yeah, not so good right now. Not so good because I'm just literally not able to really hit them head on. Unfortunately, I'm being a bit careful. Nice. I'm just trying to be careful here. It's very difficult to see whether enemies are actually prepared to attack you at this point because of the nighttime. No, get away. Get away from it. Get away from here. Thank you. All right, there we go. We did manage to get away. At least a little bit. I'm a bit worried about my forces being so scattered right now. I'm kind of thinking to myself, maybe I should... I don't know, maybe I should try to consolidate them a little bit, try to get them back together, and then literally just tell them to charge in again once they're grouped up, because I feel like that might make more sense, but yeah, I don't know why I'm blocking. Why am I blocking? Yeah, it's because I'm used to having a shield sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time, of course. Okay, there we go, kill that guy. Okay, are my forces actually doing okay, though? That's the question. I think so. I think they're okay. I think they're doing fine. But the question is, are we actually going to be able to... Oh, no, really? This guy really just got me, didn't he? He really dialed my number. We are doing so well, though. Look at this. Look at how many kills we've gotten. But now I'm dead. Oh, this is bad. Ooh... Yeah, so this is the problem. Now I am unsure. I'm not sure whether this actually is the thing, but as far as I'm aware, perks continue working until the end of that battle, right? Or is it that that person that has the perks, as soon as they get eliminated, do the perks then stop working? That's the question, because they don't really give you any feedback on that. Are my perks still working to help the team? I'm pretty sure they are, because otherwise we'd be taking huge amounts of casualties, because I'm technically the surgeon, right? I'm the medic. So that makes sense, right? I don't know. I can only hope that to be the case. Anyway, let's just see what happens here. I'm just going to speed things up a little bit. I think we're looking pretty good right now. I actually think we're looking pretty good. I think we're probably going to be fine. But... It's, no. We're doing fine now because the enemy has just literally thrown in some of their lower tier troops at the very end. That's the reason why I wanted to try to survive just that little bit longer, just to make sure that we could push ourselves through the rather problematic beginning. But there you go, we were able to achieve victory. 146 renown, 174 influence for that, 24 deaths. Ouch. That actually is going to be really, really difficult for us to deal with. But I'm going to be taking every single one of these people prisoner because they are annoying. I give up. Thank you. And wait a minute. I'm going to need to do something here now. Oh, yeah. Actually, I can't even do anything, can I? Yeah. See, now this is the main problem. I want to take as many of these Dornish Vipers as I can get my hands on, but I'm not going to be able to do that because of obvious reasons. Because I just don't have enough space. I don't have enough space for them, so we're just going to have to let them go. I will take all the loot as well, because there's no point getting 11,000 experience. I think 11,000 experience is good, but I don't know, I think the money might be slightly better for me at the moment, and I might actually decide to just leave the siege. It depends, okay? It depends. Let's just see what happens. Because here's the thing. If another army comes up to me right now, I'm probably going to try to run away, but if we are left alone until we can get back up to full strength, it depends on how large the army is. I'm very surprised that we've even been able to hold them off this long, because let's face it, I mean, it must just be because we have so many high tier troops, because I don't know whether you've looked at the composition that we currently have, but we are currently running with basically tier 6s across the board, as you can see. Look at that. Every single unit that I have in my army right now, with the exception of the Sidewinders and this one shock cavalry from Karstark, as well as some Lannister Knights and various other random assorted units, and the Triarch Guardians are of course tier 6 as well, we basically have only tier 6 units and a couple of Reavers that are tier 4. So that could be very well the reason that we are managing to survive. Now, I'm very worried that the enemy garrison is going to sally out. Okay, wait a minute. We've got to be a bit worried about... Wait a minute. Are you serious? Oh, no. Dothraki Marauder is actually still alive? Are you joking? Oh, dear. Okay. Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Okay, don't attack me, please. No, 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 no. Are you going to attack straight away? Are they? No. They're definitely going to come back. Pretty sure they're going to come back. I need this garrison to die. I need them to get knocked unconscious, please. Yes. Okay, it's actually working. Yep. It's actually working. Okay, just a little bit more, please. Just a little bit more. Who's actually in here? There must be a vassal in here or something. Yeah, there is a vassal. Bella Malane. Oh, alright, okay. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so... Alright, I guess I'm going to be going in, but I need to wait just a little bit longer just to make sure that we have everyone up to full strength. I do not want to go in ahead of time if I can help it. But if I have to, and if I'm forced to, because look at that army over there! Dothraki Marauder is running around with 1,500 troops. Okay, please don't. Yeah, look at how many casualties we've inflicted so far. Look at that, 1,500. That's pretty crazy. Also, by the way, I can literally pay him only 1,700 tribute per day, and I can make peace with him if we want to do that. I could also make peace with Valantis. As you can see, they only have one town remaining. This is literally the only town they have remaining. So if I can take this, we are going to be in a great position. If. Big if right now. Big if. Okay, let's do this. If I can take this, I might very well decide to make peace with the Dornish. I don't really want to do that, however. If I make peace with the Dornish, it's going to be problematic. There's going to be a number of reasons why that is problematic, because I really do not want to do that. I'd like to try and inflict as much damage as possible. But as it stands, that is... I don't know whether we can actually do it. That's the thing. Because if we do make peace with every single person... I mean, obviously, I don't think we really need to make peace with the Vale or the Reach or anything like that, because they actually did declare war on us, if you actually noticed in the diplomacy screen there. And I don't know why they made peace with us, but it's kind of weird, to be honest. I mean, why they made war with us, not peace. Ugh. Can you tell peace is on my mind right now? Yeah. Peace, I'll give them a piece of my mind, that's for sure. Yes. I have a lot of it right now, because it's on my mind heavily. Anyway, can I get up here? Yes, I can. Well, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? I actually wonder... I mean, they only have militia, okay? They only have militia, and technically, I should theoretically be able to just get in here without too many issues and actually just steamroll absolutely every single person inside, because we just have such great quality units. That's literally the only thing we really need to worry about here. Maybe I can even go over here and actually stampede across a couple of these guys. Nice, nice, nice. Good damage, good damage. The Eternal Goat is among them. Yes, it is. But that's the thing. Is it actually good enough, though? Is it actually good enough, the amount of damage we're doing right here? I don't know. I guess so. I mean, 30 damage is all right with charge damage, right? I think that's okay. I'd probably prefer a little bit more than that, to be honest. Or maybe, maybe I'm just not in the right... real situation to do, a decent job with the charge damage. I don't think so, to be honest. But we are absolutely steamrolling a lot of the enemies right now, so I don't think we really need to worry about whether we are going to achieve victory here. They are actually providing a huge challenge, though, because as you can no doubt tell, we are still suffering. We're still suffering some casualties. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The main problem we're going to face is going to be Dawn. After this. Can I actually get my horse up here? Oh, no, I can't. Oh, okay. Okay, that's kind of weird. I can go down it, but I can't go up. Okay, alright. Well, I guess I'll just take off then. I'll just fly. Oh, I was gonna make a joke about me being on a dragon, and, because technically, I mean, I feel like a goat should be able to jump up there, but I guess I guess it can't. I don't know. Oh well. Never mind. Oh, no. I was attempting to do so, but it doesn't seem to work. Alright. Well, never mind. But yeah, anyway, I think in general, if we want to achieve victory against Dawn, I think maybe the best way to go about things would be to declare war on House Targaryen, try to loot a dragon from Daenerys herself. Not sure if that's even going to be possible, because she's probably going to be leading an extremely large army. Obviously, as we know, she does tend to do those kinds of things. And, well, as long as we're not in King's Landing at the time, we should be completely fine. She probably won't even bother to use her flame breath or anything like that. Or at least I hope so. I don't know, maybe she will. If she does decide to use the flame breath, then, well, we can just hope that she's inaccurate with it. But who knows? I don't know. Anyway, there we go. That is indeed a victory for us. Very nice indeed. Obviously, we did only have militia to fight, so that's not the biggest amount of trouble that we could have had. But there you go. We did actually manage to do it. Okay, wonderful. So let's get as many people as I can here. I just want to get tiger cloaks, basically. I don't want to get anyone else, really. And should I? You know what? Okay, fine. I know. There's a bunch of people that are gonna complain if I don't take all the prisoners, so why not? We might as well just take them. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave the loot, 7,400, and yeah, there we go. They have now been destroyed, as you can see right there. So that's wonderful, and now we can manage the town technically if we want to. I think she's not actually with us anymore, which is actually quite funny. I made her into a party. Yeah, she's actually still a party. That is hilarious. I'm really surprised actually that she's still alive, because I actually wanted to use her in an army, and at the time she basically had zero troops, as you might expect. And well, I just let her go about her business, and I was doing some of my own stuff as well at the same time. I was running around and I was doing what I could to try to thin out the enemies. And look at her. She's now got 81 troops, so we could potentially call her into an army, which would be pretty nice. Anyway, let's just take a quick look at what's going on here on the right side of the screen, because we do have a bunch of notifications. So obviously Eve has given birth once again, by the way, so we now have another child. So if we do end up dying, well, there you go. We have another heir, potentially, as you can see. Look at that. They've all got wonderful names. We can obviously rename them if we want to at any point. And this guy is indeed raiding one of my villages. Not a big fan of that, I gotta say. Not a big fan. Oh yeah, by the way, Volantis was taken by the Dothraki. Yes, I was actually planning on taking Volantis, but they took that just before I was going to start the episode. So that's great, isn't it? That's great timing. Alright, so I've sorted out our prisoners, and we're going to be selling a whole bunch of them, as you can see. 422, in fact. And we're just going to be going out of here. We did actually decide, or I decided at least, to keep a bunch of the regular peasant tier troops, just because they might actually be relatively good. They might be relatively good, because if we can get them, maybe we can put them in the garrison. They can be some spare, fodder or something like that. Oh, look at that. We actually eliminated one of the other clans, which is actually really, really nice. And we can otherwise see some of this stuff right here. Level up that. Very nice indeed. And now we just have to wait and see what actually happens. I could put some things in here, and we're going to get some... I'm actually just going to stop all this stuff right now, because what I want to do is I want to institute some policies, because obviously, let's face it, it would probably be a good idea to do that. Castle Charters has no downside, so we're going to do that. Food production in towns, this is actually not even entirely bad. I think this is pretty good. Villages, that's actually pretty cool too. Let's do that. Let's do serfdom. Road tolls, I don't care about that too much. I would like to go for this, noble retinues. This is really quite amazing. We should go for law speakers as well. Let's go for that. It's going to give me a much more influence, which is very nice. And we can also go for this, because we are indeed a tier 5 clan, so it makes sense, right? Each notable yields 0.1 influence per day to the settlements. Own a clan. Not really a big fan, but it's okay. I mean, it's fine if you want to go for something like that. Otherwise, there is something that I really badly want, and that is going to be Imperial Towns. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a really, really good Really good policy for me personally. I love it. I love forgiveness of debts even more though, so I'm going to be getting that as well. Tribunes of the people. This is really, really amazing as well. I'm going to be going for that. And I think we could potentially go for this. How much are we gaining per day? Only 6.6. I'm actually... What? Why are we only gaining 6.6? We should be getting so much more than that. Is it just me? Huh. Does it matter? Does it matter that we're only getting 6.6? I don't know. Well, now I'm a little bit perplexed. We probably want cantons, actually. We probably want cantons. That's pretty decent for recruitment, recruits production. You know, it's really going to make a big difference. And oh, clans gain 0.1 influence for each fief they own. That could be kind of interesting. Let's go for that then. And what about Senate? Yep, that's perfect as well. Okay, so we are now gaining 7.5. Okay, that's a little bit better. Just a little bit. We have 14 active policies now. And you can see here the difference. We are now gaining 5 loyalty, 3 militia. We're losing prosperity and food, of course, because that's just how it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to be getting... Oh, I already have 3... What? Okay, I've already got tier 3 orchards. Okay, I guess I'm going to be going for something else then. But what is the question? Yeah, I have no idea, actually. I'm thinking maybe forum, just to get that done, because that's almost done, as you can see right there. So we might as well do that. And then we're just going to put that on irrigation, and then we'll just wait here for some time. So he's obviously going to move over here, as you can see. Look at him. He's moving over here, and we now have to pay him 5,300. I really don't want to do that. I really do not want to do that. I think that this is probably the worst possible time that he could come up here with a massive, massive army. He's annoying, isn't he? He is very annoying indeed. Well, I guess I could make peace with him. Build up my town a little bit. Maybe go and declare war against House Targaryen, get a dragon, and then come back here and then maybe do something. Because, I mean, what else can I do? Okay, what else can I do in this situation? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments if you prefer to do so. If you don't, then that's absolutely fine. Then you'll just see what happens in the next episode. But otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.